You enjoy walking on parrotfish poop. What goes in must come out in some form, and with parrotfish, what comes out is sand. As the name might suggest, these tropical fish, with their big beaks and bright colors, look like their land-based counterparts. Parrotfish live in coral reefs and spend their days chomping down on coral. Hard coral is no match for the large beak of the parrotfish, which researchers have recently found is formed by some of the strongest teeth in the world. Parrotfish chew on coral all day, eating not only the hard calcium carbonate skeleton, but the soft-bodied organisms, called polyps, that cover the skeleton and the algae, called zooxanthellae, that live inside them and provide the coral with energy, as well as bacteria living inside the coral skeleton. When parrotfish poop out the coral they eat, the soft tissues are absorbed and what remains comes out as sand, a lot of sand. In a year, one large parrotfish can produce 1,000 pounds, 450 kilograms, of sand, the weight of a baby grand piano. Each parrotfish has roughly 1,000 teeth, lined up in 15 rows and cemented together to form the beak structure, which they use for biting into the coral. When the teeth wear out, they fall to the ocean floor. This isn't a problem for the parrotfish, though, because another row of teeth is right behind the first, just waiting to chow down on coral. Parrotfish teeth are made of a material called fluorapatite, which contains calcium, fluorine, phosphorus and oxygen, and is the second hardest biomineral in the world. Fluorapatite scores a 5 on the Mohs hardness scale, making their teeth harder than copper, silver and gold. No biomineral in the world is stiffer than the tips of parrotfish teeth. The teeth can also withstand a lot of pressure. 1 square inch of parrotfish teeth can tolerate 530 tons of pressure, equivalent to the weight of about 88 elephants. The team developed a tool in order to see the orientation of the crystals in the fluorapatite, called PIC mapping, and the advanced light source. This technology essentially takes pictures of the crystals, which are ordered stacks of atoms. It color-codes the measured orientations of the crystals, and creates a picture that looks a little bit like abstract art, but can tell the scientists a lot about the structure of the teeth. The structure of parrotfish teeth was one the researchers had never seen before, with the crystals oriented in interwoven bundles, which form a chainmail pattern. The specific structure is one that could be mimicked to create abrasion-resistant moving parts, but angelfish mate for life. When angelfish choose a partner, it's for life. If one of them dies, the other one won't breed with any other mate in their entire lifetime. Angelfish are a good fish to keep in an aquarium at home. Once you set up the proper environment, caring for them is fairly easy. You need to make sure the tank is at the proper temperature and pH level. From there, feed your angelfish a healthy diet and clean the tank regularly. For a 29-gallon community tank, keep no more than 4 adult angelfish with other tank mates. For a 55-gallon tank, start with 5 or 6 juvenile angelfish and be prepared to remove some in the future if they get too territorial. Angelfish eat algae, sponges, and occasionally, small crustaceans. Angelfish are rather opportunistic eaters, but they do have some favorite foods. Classified as an omnivore, angelfish will eat everything from small plants all the way up to shrimp. Do lobsters pee on each other to communicate? Lobsters communicate by peeing at each other. They have 2 bladders located on either side of their head. They also have 2 conveniently located urine nozzles which release their pee just under their eyes. They use these nozzles to spray urine at other lobsters to communicate a lot of different lobster messages. Lobsters pee out of their faces to turn each other on. To get him in the mood, the female waits outside of his den, peeing in his direction out of specialized nozzles on her face. Her urine contains pheromones that let the male know she is ready to reproduce. The digestive system of sea cucumbers cleans the ocean. Sea cucumbers' diet consists of anything that sticks to sand at the bottom of the ocean. After they have gotten food out, they poop the sand out clean and tidy. Join biologist Professor Ove Heg Goldberg on the ocean sandy floor of Australia's Great Barrier Reef to witness an incredibly important ecological process, sea cucumbers pooping. Why is this so important? When sea cucumbers scavenge the ocean floor for their food, tiny particles like algae, minute aquatic animals, or waste materials, they're also eating lots of sand. As the sand is expelled, some key things are happening. When they ingest sand, the natural digestive processes in the sea cucumber's gut increases the pH levels of the water on the reef where they defecate, countering the negative effects of ocean acidification, said Professor Byrne. One of the byproducts of the sea cucumber's digestion of sand is calcium carbonate, CaCO3, a key component of coral. To survive, coral reefs must accumulate CaCO3 at a rate greater than or equal to the CaCO3 that is eroded from the reef. The research at One Tree Island showed that in a healthy reef, dissolution of calcium carbonate sediment by sea cucumbers and other bioeroders appears to be an important component of the natural calcium carbonate turnover, said Professor Byrne. The ammonia waste produced when sea cucumbers digest sand also serves to fertilize the surrounding area, providing nutrients for coral growth, she added. Sea cucumbers equals healthier coral reefs. In the archives, more filter feeders, more echinoderms, and more poop.